Jeremy, we're here in Torquay, your first ever time in Torquay for the first ever spring gathering for the unveiling of the new statue. It's a big day for Agatha fans.
This has been a series of firsts for me. So yeah, first time in Torquay, even though I know every single word of Fawlty Towers and English Riviera. And first time at any kind of Agatha Christie festival, I think, even though I'm an Agatha nut. So I've suffered severe overload today, but it's been rather wonderful.
Tell us about your relationship with Agatha Christie.
I got my first Agatha Christie when I was 11. It was Hercule Poirot's Christmas. The murder victim was called Simeon Lee. He went into a locked room. There was a scuffle. We don't know who with. And when they opened the door, he was dead. There was a lot of blood and there was a small piece of rubber on the floor. And that was the end of it for me. That was the start of it and the end of it. I was completely Agatha Christied up, and I then spent the rest of my teenage years just reading Agatha. 66 of them from the age 11, and I think age 18 I finished number 66. I don't know if that makes me a slow reader or a fast reader. And I had a whole list of, the ones I liked and the ones that I wasn't so keen on, the best and the worst. And I just loved them, and I still love them, and I still listen to them on Audible. And the most recent one I listened to was the ABC Murders, and before that, the Sitterford Mystery. And I want to go through them all again.
I mean, 4 decades on, you've now written your own whodunit.
So I've now at last done the thing I thought I could never do, which is to write a whodunit myself. The only problem with Agatha is that, like the Beatles, she was the first and the best. And a lot of pop groups just listened to the Beatles and said, well, we can't do that, so we won't do it. And I think now, as a result of cozy crime coming back in a massive way, we now have a wonderful market for novels like, someone's holding it up, Murder on Line 1 by Jeremy Vine. I've written it, and do you know what's amazing? Agatha gave us a whole load of things in books and stories that we'd never seen before. She was the first person to use the phrase scene of the crime. She was the first person to use all kinds of forensics like blood tests and muzzle tests to see how close a gun had been fired and so on. And she, of course, was the first person to do the denouement in the living room at the end. And I won't tell you yet whether my book has got one of those, but it might well. I am at the desk, seen on the TV, in the Poirot series. And I suppose there's a connection with Agatha because she wrote the stories that became the TV, and the desk is somehow, in a way, I'd like to think it was out of her brain in some way. I'm not even sure if Poirot had a desk in the stories, or as I like to say, in real life. But, gosh, everything that takes us back to Agatha is a good thing. That's what I feel. To me, it takes me back to teenage years, the joy of reading, the joy of whodunits and problem solving, murders where no one really gets hurt. Well, not badly. I mean, if they die, it's pretty quick, isn't it? And where Poirot is always using the little grey cells.
This new statue's being unveiled today, showing that Agatha is still as important now as she has been for the last century. What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely brilliant. I mean, how on earth have we got statues of all those generals on horses no one knows the names of, and not a statue of Agatha? That in itself is a crime. But to see her immortalized like this is fabulous, with one proviso being that those of us who love her, she was immortal already.